Alright, hello. Welcome to another video about Marvel Rivals because that's the game I play and enjoy playing. Obviously, if you know anything about my channel. And we have some pretty good and bad news today, depending on where you are on the ranked ladder and how you view and play this game. So, I have zero jokes at the start of this video because I'm not funny, but my name is Celty. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and let's get into the video. So if you didn't live under a rock recently, you would know that Rivals, the new season 2.5 with Blade, it comes out next week, Thursday. Now, it's a pretty big update, obviously. It's a halfway season point, and it's a massive update with some pretty big changes. One of them being this new one they announced. Now, they announced changes to ranked and the toxicity system they have in the game. Well, more like anti-toxicity system, I should say. And the entire update is like disconnect penalties, compensation for people leaving, AFK penalties, fixes, optimizations, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff is in this update. But they recently just showed us within the new dev diary thing they released today, they are now limiting how many people you can play with within certain ranks. And people do not care for this change. It says here at number 2, players in Platinum, Diamond, and Grandmaster can only queue for competitive in teams of up to 3 players, which that one is terrible. That is a terrible change, and I'll explain why later. In the third bullet point here, it says players in Celestial, Eternity, and One Above All can only queue in stacks of 2 players. It's either solo queue or stacking. And I'll explain why that is a slightly less terrible change later, but why is it the fact that Gold, Diamond, Platinum, and Grandmaster, not Gold, but Platinum, Diamond, and Grandmaster only being able to queue with 3 players is bad? Well, those 3 ranks are highly accessible. Even Grandmaster, until like GM2, everyone can get the Grandmaster. Like that's just the truth. And when you lock those ranks behind only 3 players, obviously people will be mad at that because everyone is Platinum or Diamond. Like that is like the median rank. And when you say you balance the game for casual fun, like they love saying they balance the game for casual players and stuff, which inherently you can't do because it's a PvP game, right? They love saying, oh, we balance for casuals and fun. You can balance for fun and competitive. You can try that. I heard it works. Anyways, the truth behind it is most casual players are not solo queuing. They're just not. They're playing with a group of friends of 2, 3, or maybe even 5 friends, right? It's either 6, 2, or 4, or 3. Because you can't 5 stack, and you're not solo queuing if you're a casual player, right? If you're solo queuing, you're probably more just a occurring player. I think there's a difference between casual and people who actually play. Anyways, that's a whole nother video. But do you see the issue here? And before I even get farther into this, everyone complains about the matchmaking of every single game ever, and again, I have no opinion on Rivals matchmaking. I have no idea how hard it is to make a matchmaker. All I know is on every game, I get my ass kicked for no fucking reason, and the other team is always better than my team, and I have to carry. Anyways, Rivals matchmaking works the same way a lot of other matchmakers work, in the fact that if you have a 6 stack, they will only play against 6 stacks. If you have a 4 stack, the game will try its hardest to avoid giving you a 3 stack and will try to give you a 4 stack. It will try to never give you anyone on a solo queue because that will require at least 2 solo queuers. Like it tries to do that, and obviously it can't do that all the time, but it tries to. Like 6 stacks goes against 6 stacks, 4 stacks will always go against a stack, whether it be 3, 2 stacks of 3, or 3 stacks of 2. And 2 stacks and 3 stacks, those are more realistic standards. Fun fact also, you can't 5 stack in this game. Not possible. It hasn't been possible since like the alpha. So yeah, that's something I like to tell people. So because people are like, oh my god, 5 stacks, 6 stacks, you can't 5 stack. Anyways, why is this a kind of a good change in the higher ranks like Celestial, Eternity, One Above All? Well, it's a good change because stacking can be abused in the higher ranks. And when I say abused, it's not that people are purposely doing it. It's just the fact that it can happen very easily. And everyone is probably or has done it once if you are in the higher ranks and you play with friends, right? So basically in the higher ranks, there's less players, meaning there's less of a pool of players to match with. So if you're in a 4 stack, the chances of you playing at 2 in the morning and getting a 4 stack within your region is a lot lower than if you're in Grandmaster or Diamond. It just is. And you also have to realize that you're not the only 4 stack in the world looking for a team in your region. Like, not world, your region, right? There's probably a few hundred other people in a 4 stack right now, and the game have to find people to play with the people within his skill set, within reasonable MMR and ELO. So if it can't find anyone quickly within like a minute or 2, it will slowly start to give 2 stacks. It will slowly start to do that, And obviously, if you're playing against 2 stacks, they don't have the communication of a 4-stack consistently, especially in the higher ranks when everyone actually knows what they're doing. You can coordinate every single one of your ults so much more better, or so much better, not so much more better, so much better than every team you play against potentially in a single night, making you climb hilariously easily. And then you probably don't deserve to be the rank that you actually are because you're not playing fair games. So that's why it's a good change to limit the amount of stacking potential you can do within Celestial and above it. Now, personally, I think it should be a max of 3 players in Celestial and a max of 2 in Eternity and above all. Honestly, because again, I like these changes because I am in that elo that, like, you know, I can play with Eternity players and Celestial players and competitive players. I can. And not competitive players, grandmaster players. Like, I can, and I enjoy that. So I like these changes, but I'm not blind to the fact that these changes are not good for most of the player base. I'm not. So how would little old Celty fix this problem? Well, first of all, I would make it to where if you're below Celestial, you can play with anybody you want to. Just go ahead. You can 4-stack, 3-stack, 2-stack, 1-stack, 6-stack. I'm not going to say you can 5-stack because you already could never 5-stack, and I'm going to keep it like that. And then, if you're in Celestial and above, in Celestial, you can only 3-stack, and anything above Celestial, you can only 2-stack. Now, I play in a 2-stack. I have a duo. I have basically 2 duos, but like one, I don't play with one as much, sadly, because he's not available as much. But the other one, I play with him a lot more, and they're both pretty good at the game. I'm confidently say that I can win games with both of them, and they would be able to win games with each other if they play with each other and knew each other. And why am I doing it like this? Because again, most of the players in this game are not Celestial. They just aren't. They are Diamond, Platinum, Grandmaster. That's where like the median rank is. Diamond being that middle point. And they don't need limitations like this. They just don't. So just let them have their fun within their rank. But me, personally, who is a competitive player, who plays this game not for fun, but to win. That's a joke. I swear. I like this change because it allows more realistic ranked intention. I don't know how to say it. Like, it allows the rank system, this terrible rank system, by the way, to be more... It just makes the rank system better because you're not frauding your way to one above all by getting carried in a 6-stack by 5 Pro League players. No offense to anyone I could have named. But if you're able to do it in a 3-stack or a 2-stack, then it's like, okay, you probably more than likely deserve to be there because there's only 2 options. Either you solo queued here or you're 2-stacked here, which is great for you. Like, honestly, that's great for you. If you can do that, you deserve to be there. But if you got there in a 6-stack, I mean, I'm going to look at you and laugh. That also inflates the ranks. Because if there can only be 500 top 500 players, right? And if you're allowing 6-stacks in the highest ranks, there's going to be a good bit of players that don't belong there. Like, they don't deserve to be in top 500, and the players that do are squished down. There's also going to be more players in general within that area, and that, like, hey, ranked inflation starts at the top. And before you get in here and be like, oh, you're boosted. No, I'm not. I just have friends, and I understand that people have friends and play video games. This is a team shooter. This is a team-based hero shooter. Like, yes, people have friends and want to play with their friends. I'm sorry that's so hard for you to understand. And this topic is actually getting a lot of outrage from the community, and I do wonder if this is like a big enough outrage for them to change it. Because again, if they do change it, I do hope they do it the way I want them to do it. But I'm thinking that if they do change it, they're not. They're just gonna do it like, okay, just do it the way it was before, which would suck for me. But again, majority beats minority, right? So, but it is what it is in like general. But that was my video though. So like, comment, subscribe for more. Again, I go by Celty, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.